Hey guys, it's Sarah, and I am here with my first layout using the May kit for Not Just for Boys Kit Club. And this one, I'm going to use this paper airplane paper from Vicky Bouton, which I really, really loved. So I wanted to make sure I used that, and I ended up having the perfect pictures to use for this. And then I'm going to use this background paper here as well, and I think that is from Heidi Swap. So I'm going to use kind of that distressed yellow side there, and then I'm also going to use the stencil. So I'm going to use a couple of pictures of my daughter Kaylin. She went to her first school dance this past year. She is in middle school now, so she went to her first dance, and she had on this beautiful yellow dress. So when I saw the paper airplanes, that can kind of be a little bit of a school type of pattern, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and use it for this because it goes with her dress so well. So I have a picture of her by herself and then a picture of her with her friend that she went to the dance with. So it ended up being just perfect. So I'm backing these on some cardstock that I had in my stash. I just wanted to make sure I could back them with something. So I just grabbed some yellow cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a strip of this paper. I'm just going to do one strip along the left side of it, and then I wanted to add something to the side. So just since this is a school layout and it's going to actually go in her school album, I'm going to use this little paper. What are these called? Looks like, I can't think of what it's called, but it looks like it's been ripped from a notebook or something. A notebook punch, I think, is actually what it is called. So I'm going to use that. I don't use that very often. That's one of my favorite punches, and I don't know, for some reason I just never think to grab my punches, but I did for this one, so I'm glad I remembered. And I distressed it. I roughed it up a little bit just to kind of make it look, give it a little bit of lift so that it looks like it really did, come out of a notebook. And I want to do some washi tape along the right hand side of the paper strip just to give it a little bit of a border there to separate it from the background paper on this side. So I grabbed this pink polka dot one, and it's a skinny washi tape. As you can see, it's not very thick. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick it down. There is some pink in the paper airplane pattern paper there, so it's going to help kind of bring that out a little bit. Sorry for my head. I think my head gets in here, excuse me, a couple times just trying to make things straight and stuff. So okay, so I want to use my stencil here. I don't use stencils all that often, but I decided to go ahead and use it here. And I'm going to take some Tim Holtz Distress ink. And I think I used fossilized amber, that color. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink so that it's sticking up on top of the pictures and then coming out from the bottom as well. And it's going to be like these modern dots. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this. So it comes out the top and the bottom, and it's very subtle as you can see, but I do really like the way that it turns out. And then my pictures are going to lay over top of those. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stencil off. I just use like wet wipes to clean off my stencils and my stamps every time I use them so that they don't get gross. And it works really well. Okay, so I have that. Now I want to cut out a little frame from this pattern paper here from the kit. And I choose this one here because it has that yellow on it. And it also has that green, which I like. I'm going to bring in a little bit of green into the layout as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this out. And this is going to be where I do my journaling. So I have that. And now I'm going to work on my title. So I am going to use those thickers. But I grabbed some of my October Afternoon Mini Market letter stickers as well, just to, I'm going to do one word in the thickers and then one word in the mini markets. So I grabbed those, and I thought that color goes well. I also did grab a couple of those paper airplane die cuts from the kit as well, so I'm going to use those, which is awesome. And my title is going to be School Dance. So I'm going to use these stickers and spell out the word dance. And I considered if I wanted to have the entire thing in those stickers, but I thought it was just going to be too big. So I'm just going to stick with the dance, and then I will do school in the mini markets. I love those stickers. They are awesome. So I like where everything's going. I'm going to go ahead and start getting things stuck down so I don't forget where I want everything to go. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use the stamp set as well. So I'm going to use this circle here that has a little bit of a grid pattern on it. I'm going to stamp that out. They stamp so nicely, nice and crisp. And sometimes, the first time you use a stamp, you have to do it a couple times before it's, a nice image. But this one was first time and I was good. So I was really happy with that. And I am going to use the word awesome in here as well. So I have that thing there and then the word awesome. Again, I'm cleaning off my stamps with my wipes. And then I am going to grab a circle punch and I'm going to punch it out. And I don't know the sizes of my circle punches, guys, so I'm not sure what size I end up using. One of these days I really need to take a good measurement and make a note somewhere of the size that I'm using here. But I use this one and I will use that as a layer along where my journaling spot is going to go. And I like the way that that looks, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this down first so I can do my journaling around that. I had to go and find the date. So as you can see, I have the picture up on my phone and the date's there, so I'm going to go ahead and put the date on here. And I'm using my Heidi Swap date stamp to put that up, on there. And then I will do my journaling and start putting all that stuff down there. So I'm just talking about how, oh my gosh, first school dance. She's been to a couple dances now, but it was she was really excited. It was a fun thing for her to do, especially with her friends. So, okay, so my journaling is down there. I'm going to go ahead and put my title down, and I always use my quick dry adhesive to put down chipboard thickers because they tend to not stick for the long run. So I want to make sure that, they're not going to fall into the bottom of my album over time because that has happened in the past. So that's why I take, a few extra minutes and I do that. Okay, so I got my airplanes stuck down and I considered backing them with pattern paper, but I kind of like the way they look open and that you can see the patterns through them. So I'm going to leave them open like this. And then I'm going to use my mini markets to put down school for the rest of the title here. And then now I'm going to go through the die cut pack and see what I can pull out here and these stickers as well. So I will end up using one of those. I just haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet. So I'm going to go through the die cuts first and figure out what I want to use. But I pull a couple options here and then I end up finding a couple that were really good. So that OMG there was just the perfect color. And then I end up also using one that says so much fun, I think. Yeah, the one that's sitting right on top there that says fun. I'm going to put that on as well. And then I grab one of these stickers here that says party, and it has like a library, or not a library, a dictionary definition of the word party. So I thought that was kind of fun. So I put that there, and then I will put this fun die cut over here. I really like those die cuts a lot. They are good ones. Okay, so I have that there, and now I want to bring a little bit more green in. So I have these enamel dots. I'm going to go ahead and use up all these circles, and that just helps bring in some of the green from the die cut and from the journaling spot. So I'm going to bring green over to a couple of those areas there. And that's going to complete my layout. So I have some close-ups here coming for you. Please make sure to go and check out the Not Just for Boys website. I will leave their link down below, and check out their kits and check out their a la carte options too, because you can get some of these things from the kit from there. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.